so-called flying saucers.
There's a whole fleet of them. Look on the FAA. It's rotating.
Welcome to Kill the Stigma. Today is one of the topics that I really care about a lot. Someone in the FAA knows about this, but they don't encourage reporting. Pilots are horrified about this. I've talked to pilots, I've asked them about this, and their body language, it gets really weird, man. And I just don't know what that's about. If it's the topic, that's discomfort, how the government deals with it. Is there actually men in black threatening? I don't know, man, but honestly, I think it's all the above, but the silence is almost more creepy than the issue. The way they deal with it, because why? What are they so scared of? Does it make a difference if they talk about it? Like, so you're telling me that if we don't talk about this, is there more safety in that? That doesn't make sense. Problems need to be addressed and try to solve them. Anyways, this is about the FAA and near misses and more than near misses. You're gonna see a lot. This is a rabbit hole that if you go down, journalist, I'm telling you, you're gonna get so many hits. It's too many cases. All these cases here are in the last year, okay? All of them. And right now there's one in the Daily Mail that I saw today, but there's a lot of these.
First at 10, a United Airlines flight coming from Denver to LA diverts to Salt Lake City after an object struck the plane midair, shattering the windshield and injuring the pilot with glass shards. Investigators suspect it could have been space debris or even a small meteorite. Good evening to you. I'm Susan Hirasuna. Fox 11's Matthew Steedorf. He is outside LAX tonight after speaking exclusively with someone on board that flight.
A sky-high scare with urgent new questions raised by these photos and what crashed into a commercial airliner 36,000 feet above Utah.
When the pilot made his initial emergency broadcast, he told us that a window in the cockpit had shattered.
Heather Ramsey was recording the sunrise on Thursday's flight from Denver to LA when everything suddenly changed.
One flight attendant really raised her voice at the other and told her get back, get to the back of the aircraft, stop service.
Moments later, they quickly dropped 10,000 feet.
The pilot came on over the intercom and said, unfortunately, we have some bad news. The aircraft has collided with an object. Then he informed us we would have to make an emergency landing in Salt Lake City.
Heather held her phone tight through turbulence and fear, then the tense landing in Salt Lake.
And I was looking out the window just thinking we could go down at any time. So it was really scary. We were all kind of holding our breath until the very end. You could definitely feel a tension on the entire aircraft.
This photo, now seen millions of times on X, shows the United Airlines pilot with apparent bruises and scratches to an arm with the plane's windshield busted. All 134 passengers safe and put on a new plane.
All right, so here's another recent one. Another very recent one, I guess. This topic. So here's another recent one, and I'm sorry, this topic kind of blows my mind a little bit. It's just they're so recent, and I get so frustrated because I really do feel like I'm all alone sometimes. Everybody knows I'm obsessed with the mystery drones, and I say it over and over again. It's because should I be concerned? Or should I not be? And this proves that I should be. And this is an opportunity to call Congress and be like, what the fuck is going on? Push, because this is not about Roswell, bro. It's not about Roswell. It's not about Aztec or whatever, crash retrievals. This is about safety, dude. This is about you. Do you get in planes? Do you have freaking kids? Do you have loved ones that do? And if this is getting worse, do you want to know? It's not entertainment, man. Honestly, if it wasn't for these freaking issues, I wouldn't be into this topic anymore. Too much fucking hate, too much fighting and yapping and me.
Ground United 1980, getting off of runway 27 at Bravo 8. Bravo.
1980, Roger, straight ahead to spot 1 and when their contact ramp.
Yeah, we're to spot 1 and then contact ramp, and we had drone at around probably at around 3,000 feet, about around on our base leg between Cat Dog and Saeed. Red drone heading west.
You have like an approximate size or how many engines or style or anything like that?
It was so small I couldn't tell. It was red. It was shiny. I could tell it.
That's fine, thank you.
I encourage everyone in the media to research this, and they're gonna get so many hits. It might be a little bit scary, honestly, with mysterious things, near misses or direct contact with United Airlines, Delta, whatever. And it is commercial, not military. And the secrecy around it makes it even more creepy. All right, this one's from April 24th. April 24th, 2026.
Departure, good evening, United 1950 is passing 1800, climbing 4000 via the SID.
United 1950 departure, we're to contact, good evening, climb and maintain 16,000.
Climb and maintain 16,000, United 1950. Alright, United, we're leveling off at 10,000, United 1950. We're going to troubleshoot them.
Sure, no worries. Do you guys want to stay on the RNAV, or do you want vectors to hold somewhere?
Yeah, we'll stay on the RNAV for the time being, so that way we can go ahead and just troubleshoot. United 1950 leveling at 10,000.
Roger, thanks. Just advise if you need something, and you can maintain a block of 10,000 to 16,000, whatever you need.
On departure, United 1950, just to let you know, we're contacting our home unit.
And one more time, you're contacting whom?
Yes, sir, we're in contact with our home base.
Roger that. Are you guys going to need to come back?
So basically, sir, what happened is about 8,500 feet, we saw a flash and we heard a loud bang in near our nose. So we may have hit something around 8,500 feet. We don't know yet.
Okay. And you're not declaring an emergency quite yet?
Not quite yet, sir. We're still troubleshooting.
Okay. Perfect.
Sir, if possible, we'll for United 1950, we'll like to go ahead and do a present position on hold if able.
At 1950 affirmative, you can hold present position. South, 10-mile legs, left turn, report established.
And here's the United 1950. Is it okay we hold north at this time and left turn 10-mile legs?
The Super Scooper right there. These are airplanes that are on loan. We actually leased them from Canada during fire season. Well, we understand that Super Scooper was hit by a drone while flying in the Palisades fire this afternoon. We're told the plane is expected to be able to fly again tomorrow. That's very good news because typically we only have 2 of these. Crews out there have the drone that hit the plane. The FAA wants to remind people it's a federal crime to interfere with firefighters and their operations. And flying a drone near wildfires is not only dangerous, it's not recommended, it's illegal. This aircraft, as I said, once again expected to fly tomorrow. We can tell you David Bigger is with us right now. You not only are a pilot, but you know a lot about this. The whole drone situation being up over the area.
Well, yeah, so the the thing is, as soon as fires start breaking out, one of the first things that they start coordinating at the FAA is putting up a flight restriction. There's a flight restriction over the entire Palisades fire from the surface up to 7,000 feet. Now, most drones aren't allowed to be operating above 400 feet anyways, so anywhere within that area, not allowed. Part of the concern that always exists for firefighting aircraft is they're flying pretty low. They're doing a lot of water drops and retardant drops. And if a drone, let's just say, was sitting at 400 feet or something like that, some people do fly higher than that, which is not allowed. But if a drone is at 400 feet and they're going in to try to make some sort of precision water drop, they can end up striking that. That's always the concern. And
you know, I'm just going to be honest here, and I don't know. Sometimes I lose subscribers and I get pretty sad about it. I'm not going to lie, even if it's just one. But I have to be honest with myself, and I have to say that I get very frustrated with people that think they know everything in this topic. People that are very conspiratorial, and I get it. I get it. There is reason to be conspiratorial, but when you take it to the other level, to extreme level, it's like, bro, I don't know. It's frustrating. And then you have, you know, people saying that it's the deep state doing this, or China, or adversaries, or even the defense contractors. But I don't see any evidence, man. I just want to see some, when you have that claim to make, I need to see some evidence, because I feel like that's where we get lost in this topic. We know there's something to it. The question is what and who, right? And that's when you go towards like the technology division, the defense part, there's not much to go on. And then we also hit a wall with whatever aliens or whatever. Which I guess that what my point is, if it's okay, I understand hitting a wall with aliens because they're not part of us, they're not part of society, but the defense world is. And with all this pressure on this topic lately, why would they want to expose themselves more by hitting freaking planes, dude? Or you know, closing fucking airports or whatever, or, you know, hovering over Langley Air Force. Just like, dude, that is not, I'm sorry, maybe it is, but I'm telling you, those people that hold the secrets to this have never wanted this exposure. This exposure was not them. Now, they do have the TR-3B and all this stuff. I'm sure they have a lot of cool toys. Look what Bob Lazar, the movie. But I am telling you, they do not want this exposed. It does not help them at all to be showing this for no reason. We're not even in war times, dude. This is supposed to be a secret. And obviously, the secret's out of the bag, but also the implications that it has. I mean, mess with airports and not, look, all over the world, right? Why? Why would you do that? This doesn't make sense to me from a human perspective. I guess I'm okay with not, when it doesn't make sense, I'm kind of okay with that when I do think it's non-human intelligence, because that means that, well, why the hell would that have to make sense to me? Because it's not human intelligence. But defense contractors are just greedy people, billionaires. I can get that line of thinking, and I just don't see it. I don't see it at all. And I also struggle, man. I mean, like, honestly, the whole I've seen so many conspiracies in this topic that are like, bro, like, I wish people would be a little bit more sure before throwing something out there. And it's also one of those things that will never be okay with disclosure, even if it's the truth. Even if it's the truth, and for good reason. Look what happened with Jeffrey Epstein, the Epstein files. We can see guilt all over that, man. It's crazy. Honestly, 2020, this decade, has been insane. Okay? Like, think about it. It started with COVID. Then it's just been I don't know, man. We're still alive. Anyways, thanks for what I got, for listening to me. Appreciate that.